Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, on behalf of Major General Stephen Ferreri, outgoing commander of the 42nd Infantry Division, and Major General Thomas Spencer, the incoming commander, welcome to the 42nd Infantry Division Change of Command ceremony. The reviewing party for today's ceremony is Major General Ray Shields, the Adjutant General of New York. Major General Stephen Ferreri, commander of the 42nd Infantry Division, and Major General Thomas Spencer, the 42nd Infantry Division incoming commander. Other officers and distinguished guests attending today's ceremony include Major General Michael Natale, Assistant Adjutant General, New York National Guard. Major General retired George Garrett, previous 42nd Infantry Division Commanding General. Major General retired Stephen Wickstrom, previous 42nd Infantry Division Commanding General. Major General retired Harry Miller, previous 42nd Infantry Division Commanding General. Brigadier General Joseph Beeler, 42nd Infantry Division Deputy Commanding General for Operations. Brigadier General Jim Papis, Assistant Adjutant General, Vermont Army National Guard. Brigadier General Ron Couples, Massachusetts Assistant Adjutant General. Brigadier General Isabel Smith, Director, Joint Staff, New York National Guard. Brigadier General Gary Yeagle, retired, previous 42nd Infantry Division Assistant Division Commander. Colonel Stephen Rowe, Chief of Staff, New York Army National Guard. Colonel retired Phil Pugliese, former Chief of Staff, 42nd Infantry Division. CW5 Jackie O'Keefe, New York State Command Chief, Warrant Officer. Command Sergeant Major David P. Oworski, New York State Command Sergeant Major. Command Master Chief Denny Rich. Various directors, leaders, families, and friends, welcome. Today, the command of the 42nd Infantry Division presents red and yellow roses to the incoming and outgoing First Ladies of the Rainbow Division. A dozen red roses are being presented to Mrs. Tracy Ferreri as a heartfelt thank you from the division for her contributions to the command. The red roses stand for our appreciation and gratitude. Also present is Major General Ferreri's son, Captain Stephen Ferreri, and his wife, Rhiannon, as well as his grandchildren, Stephen and Ariel. A dozen yellow roses symbolizing a new beginning are also presented to Mrs. Wendy Spencer as a welcome to the command team of the division. As well as a single rose, which is presented to each of his daughters, also present, Haley, Shelby, and Bridget Spencer. Since ancient times, armies throughout the world have conducted ceremonies to commemorate victories over an enemy, to honor comrades in arms, to celebrate special occasions, and to honor their fallen. These ceremonies have added color and pageantry to military life, while preserving tradition and stimulating esprit de corps throughout their organization. The Continental Army first established the foundations upon which current ceremonies are now conducted. They are a reflection of the procedures first practiced at Valley Forge. The music represents the significant role that the drum, fife, and other musical instruments have played throughout military history for signaling in camp or on the battlefield. The presence of the colors at the center of the formation represents the importance of their role at the forefront of the unit during the heat of battle. During this morning's ceremony, Major General Stephen Ferreri will pass command of the 42nd Infantry Division to Major General Thomas Spencer. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as the Division Chaplain Ayers, delivers the invocation.
Please pray with me. Almighty God, we give you thanks this day for raising up and providing the finest leadership for the 42nd Infantry Division. We thank you for the ceremony that brings us together, which reminds us of the strength of our armed forces and the freedom of our great nation. We give you thanks for the diligent and faithful leadership of Major General Ferrari as he hands over command today. I pray that you would bless Major General Spencer, that he may carry out his responsibilities with wisdom, courage, and strength. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, the reviewing party will now come forward. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the rendering of honors for Major General Shields, Major General Ferrari, and Major General.
Bring your units to present arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, Major General Stephen Ferrari will now relinquish command of the 42nd Infantry Division to Major General Thomas Spencer. The change of command ceremony is one of the oldest traditions in the Army. Key to the change of command is the passing of the unit's colors. From the earliest of times, warriors used a banner or flag to identify specific units and to serve as a rallying point for troops on the battlefield. These colors represent not only the heritage and history of the unit, but also the unity and loyalty of its soldiers. The colors are the commander's symbol of authority, representing his responsibilities to the organization. Wherever the commander is, there are also the colors. Thus, the organizational colors, or flag, became a symbol of the command. The colors are always grasped so that the staff is over the heart. The custodian of the colors is the Command Sergeant Major. The ceremony begins as Command Sergeant Major Cush passes the colors to the outgoing commander, Major General Ferrari, for one last time. Major General Ferrari passes the colors to Major General Shields, thereby relinquishing his responsibilities and authority. Major General Shields passes the colors then to the incoming commander, Major General Spencer, charging the new commander with the same responsibility and authority. Major General Spencer then returns the colors to the Division Command Sergeant Major Cush, for safe guarding. The order for the change of command is the shortest order in the military. It reads, by authority of paragraph 2-5, Army Regulations 600-20, the undersigned assumes command of the 42nd Infantry Division. Signed, Thomas Spencer, Major General, Commanding. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Bring your units to parade right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my privilege to introduce Major General Ray Shields, the Adjutant General of New York.
I have a couple things to read here this morning, so please stand at ease, all right? I don't want anyone to fall down here. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Joint Forces headquarters here at our Lakeland headquarters. It's a great pleasure to be here with everyone today. To all the friends and family members here today, or those who will watch later online, thank you for the support of Major General Steve Ferrari and Major General Tom Spencer. Without the support of family and friends, their service to the United States Army and the New York Army National Guard would not be possible. Welcome, fellow general officers and senior leaders. It's always good to see everybody. I was hoping we'd have a couple tags here, but I know we have a couple folks here, Jim and Ron. I had it, but I didn't have it written down. So anyways, welcome. Glad you made it today. Welcome to all the other leaders, but most importantly, welcome to Tracy Ferrari and Wendy Spencer and their families. We know that Steve and Tom could not serve our nation or without your love and support. I hope everybody is healthy during this unprecedented period in our state's and nation's history. As we conduct the change of command here today, the New York military forces, which include the New York Army National Guard, the Air National Guard, the Naval Militia, and the New York Guard, and along with our civilian workforce, has more than 3,150 personnel on duty statewide, helping to combat the coronavirus and administer life-saving vaccines. On March 8th of this year, our COVID response efforts achieved a full year, and our expected support goes through the end of September 2021, fully 18 months from now, or 18 months since we started. The 42nd Infantry Division recently returned from an extremely successful tour with 3rd Army and CENTCOM. They left just before COVID surged here in the United States and returned to a new reality as we all see here wearing these masks. While deployed, the entire team, led by Steve and Command Sergeant Major Cush, represented the Army National Guard and our Northeast Partnership in an outstanding fashion. To that end, Lieutenant General Terry Farrell, the commander of 3rd Army at RSEC, asked me to read a letter, so I'll read that now. Apologize, my glasses here. It just says, I'm unable to attend the 42nd Infantry Division's change of command. I wanted to send you a note expressing my heart regard for both Major General Steve Ferrari and for the soldiers of the 42nd Infantry Division headquarters. From March to October, during the height of both the COVID crisis and threats from Iran, Major General Ferrari, Command Sergeant Major Cush, and the Rainbow Division protected America forward. They were involved in the fight in Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, through both sustainment and sending soldiers into combat zones. In one remarkable instance, they air deployed a Bradley platoon to Syria, providing much-needed force protection for our forces there. Steve led our efforts to support Saudi Arabia against Iranian and Houthi attacks, including moving the DTAP to Riyadh. He also led the Army's reposturing efforts throughout the Middle East, and through all that, the headquarters manned 27 unit transitions. Steve took the lead in developing COVID mitigation and response in theater, including building quarantine capability in Kuwait and Qatar. And we all know that Steve and his soldiers are from one of the COVID epicenters, yet they did all this while being concerned with their own families, communities, and state. As the commander of Task Force Spartan, Steve set a new standard for mission accomplishment and added further luster to the 42nd Infantry Division's already rich history. I salute Steve Ferrari and his soldiers and welcome any opportunity to again serve alongside the great Rainbow Division. Also, former division commander and former adjutant general, Major General Joe Toledo, retired. He sent along a note that he asked me to read. To Generals Ferrari and Spencer, their families, distinguished guests, and soldiers of the 42nd Infantry Division, I wish I could be with you on this very special day for the Rainbow Division history. I would, however, like to take this opportunity to express my congratulations to both the outgoing and incoming commanding generals of our great division. General Ferrari, you have led and represented the division in the most outstanding and distinguished manner. You have made us all very proud, especially upon the recently successful completion of the division's overseas deployment. I know you cherish being the leader of our division's great soldiers. Tracy, you have been a fantastic command partner. You have been a contributor to your husband's success and the success of the division. Good luck to you both as you move on from your military service. Hopefully you will stay in touch with us and the division through the Rainbow Veterans Foundation. Tom and Wendy, congratulations on assuming command of the famous 42nd Division. As a major contributor to the division's success as Assistant Division Commander, you now have to use all your experience and leadership skills to continue moving our division forward. I know you are fully capable of meeting all the challenges that Division Command presents. I know I can take the liberty and speak for all of the former division commanders, and we have 3 of them here today. We are here to help you and support you in any way possible. Rainbow, never forget. And so not much more can be said, Steve. You did a fantastic job as the division commander. We cannot thank you and Tracy enough. We wish you both the very best as you start the next chapter of your lives. Tom, you have an incredibly important job ahead, leading one of the Army's 18 divisions. As you all know, we all know that you're the right leader for this huge responsibility. I wish you and the entire division success as you prepare the division for future operations. But please stay focused, as we always do, on soldier safety, prevention of sexual assault and harassment, assigned strength, and soldier readiness. Thank you all for allowing me to play a small part in today's change of command ceremony. I wish everyone the best, and thank you all, every member of the New York Army National Guard, whether military or civilian, for everything you do to keep our state and nation safe. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the outgoing commander of the 42nd Infantry Division, Major General Stephen Ferrer.
soldiers of the 42nd Infantry Division, welcome and thank you for attending today's ceremony. I have to take advantage of this opportunity today to say thank you to the many friends, family, and fellow soldiers that are here today. In attacking New York, Major General Ray Shields, Ray, I can't thank you enough for presiding over today's ceremony, and thanks for your leadership and support over the past 3 years. No easy task to be attacked these days. I don't envy you, and I wish you and the New York Army success. Thanks, Ray. I would also like to recognize past 42nd Infantry Division commanders that are here today. Major General Garrett, Major General Wickstrom, Collette, part of the command team, thank you for being here. Major General Miller. Just want to say thanks for your leadership and continued service supporting the 42nd Infantry Division and the Rainbows Veterans Foundation. It's an honor to follow in your footsteps, and I look forward to taking my seat next to Harry at future events. To the AFT commanders here, I thank you for your support over the past 4 years, and I wish you all tremendous success in the Northeast Partnership. It's a tremendously important partnership, and I hope you value that, and I know the division does. I'm sure that Tom and the team look forward to working with you in the future. To the band, the 42nd Infantry Division band, I have to say thank you. Over my past 4 years in command, played at numerous events, and you're just outstanding. And just a great job, and I appreciate you being here today and providing your support, so thanks to the band. The strength of the soldier, without a doubt, comes from our families. The families are bedrock and the reason that we serve. To all our family members, I want to say thank you for the tremendous support over the last 4 years, and particularly during our deployment in 2020. That without your support and sacrifice, the soldiers would not be able to function and stay focused on the mission at hand, particularly with the added COVID-19 stress everyone had to endure. Your overwhelming generosity and support has been unbelievable. To Tracy, my wife, I want to say thanks. Thanks for being so supportive and understanding. I know last year was not easy, but now we can enjoy cruising all day, relax a little bit. So thank you, I love you. My son Steve here, we're third generation Army officer. So yes, my father was an Army officer. I now followed me as my son Steve was a captain. And just wait for the afternoon and our two regions over to Steve in the area. Thanks for being here. And appreciate your support and wish you the best of luck in the future. I know it's time to retire, your son's a captain. So in February 2017, I was given the opportunity to take command of the 42nd Infantry Division, as stated, one of only 18 in the Army. This was an absolute honor and a privilege, particularly during such a historic 4-year period to include the division's 100th birthday. Representing the division during the World War I Centennial in 2018, during its commemorations in France, which gave us the opportunity to walk the World War I battlefields and visit the American cemeteries where over 30,000 brave soldiers found their final resting place. And lastly, last year, being able to take and command a division during its 4th federal overseas tour. What an honor. So operationally, we started off with successful division warfighter when I took over in October of 2017, which laid the foundation for our future. That was followed by a partial division deployment to Afghanistan. But of course, as we all know, that changed in 2018 when we were tasked to support Operation Sword and Shield mission. Easier said than done, as we had to maintain division readiness and staff proficiency for almost 2 years post our warfighter, and that's typically unheard of at this level. With minimal help, the division led by Sean Flynn and the G3 team developed a series of division-level training events called Liberty Hunter that enabled the staff to train and synchronize combined arms maneuver. This 2 years of training and preparation led us to Fort Hood, Texas, for a successful mobilization readiness exercise, where it was clear to me at that point that the division was fully prepared and trained to take command of Task Force Spartan. As we took command and control of over 9,000 soldiers operating in the Middle East in March 2020, everything changed within days, and I mean literally days, as the global pandemic was beginning. This we did not train for. But like anything we do in the military, we adapt and overcome and quickly learn how to operate in a degraded environment. The division became the CENTCOM Joint Security Coordinator for COVID-19 response and operations across the Middle East. And so just to give you a snapshot, and I really appreciate General Farrell, my boss, while we were deployed, signing that letter, and he outlined a few things. But I just want to give you a taste because I want to brag what the division did over the past year, just to give you a snapshot of what we did accomplish. We developed crisis response plans, we built quarantine and isolation facilities, developed battle drills to conduct contact tracing and identify exposed personnel. We developed continuity of operations plans. We executed split operations and dispersion plans. I learned to operate without thousands, literally thousands of contractors and civilian employees by redistributing our military personnel to maintain critical systems and functions. We had to push everyone off the installations during COVID-19, so it was quite a challenge. And while dealing with COVID-19, military operations continued, obviously. Conducting missions across 10 countries, our combat aviation unit task force Sabre conducted an embark on the U.S. Navy ship, the USS Bullard in Arabian Gulf, with Apache and support helicopters, which prompted an Iranian response, which you might have saw. As a 2-1 Armor Brigade combat team arrived in theater, they immediately deployed, as General Farrell said, with an armor response force to Syria. The 75th FA Brigade conducted the first high-range mission with their rocket launchers in the CENTCOM area of operation during Air Missile Defense Exercise 21 by airlift with the combat-loaded HIMARS fire response element. The Theater Engineer Brigade completed over 1,300 projects across 8 countries. And Task Force Hellhound, or Explosive Ordnance Battalion, planned and executed Operation Kuwait Crown, resulting in over 2,200 commercial vehicles being decontaminated from COVID-19 crossing into Kuwait. And the division deployed its mobile command post for the first time in the Middle East to Jordan, from Kuwait to Jordan, initiating a Desert Yankee series of emergency response deployment exercises. And also in support of Middle East calibration, which was a downsizing initiative by CENTCOM to reduce force structure. We reduced Task Force Spark by over 3,000 soldiers. We reconfigured the ABCT, the Armored Brigade Combat Team, the 2-battalion task force. We sunset an Engineer Battalion, the HIMARS Battery, and the Mission Engagement Team, and completed the closure of Camp Red Lake and the United Arab Emirates. Never a boring day, that's for sure, and these only begin to highlight the division's many accomplishments. What I'm most proud of, though, is the division leadership, without a doubt, and our soldiers for adapting and continuing our mission in this unique operational environment that no one could have ever predicted. This is a tremendously successful deployment, and we should all be proud of it. And I thank you all. I just want to give everyone a round of applause. Thank you. Success, though, is not achievable without being surrounded by a great team, and I want to thank my command group over the past 4 years. With special mention to my Chief of Staffs, which started with Colonel Mike Murphy, and then followed by Colonel Sean Flynn over the last 2 years. My DCGs, we started off with Gary, who's here today, Gary Abel, and Frank Gwynn, then followed by Jim Wheeler and Tom Spencer over the last 2 years, I think, Tom, and then about almost 3.5 with Joe. Of course, going on deployment and doing a great job. And to my Command Sergeant Majors, Command Sergeant Major Justin Lentz, who tragically passed away last year while we were deployed, may rest in peace. And to Command Sergeant Corey Bush, my battle buddy, got to really know Sergeant Major Bush very well over the past year, and what an outstanding soldier. In just a unique period of time, Command Sergeant Major was just absolutely relentless with enforcing standards, which was paramount during the COVID-19 pandemic over there, and making sure our soldier morale was high. And it was, believe it or not. We took everything away from soldiers over there, from gyms to coffee shops, but morale stayed high and they stayed on point with their mission. So Sergeant Major, I couldn't have done it without you. I couldn't have done it without the entire command group. I just want to tell you all, thank you, and great job. I appreciate it. Tom and Wendy, welcome to Division Command. I want to congratulate you both on this tremendous honor to be the 42nd Infantry Division. I had the pleasure to work with Tom over the last 2 years, as I said, and know the division is in great hands with such a talented and dedicated leader. Tom, as we embark on our command tour, I know we will move the ball forward and continue to improve readiness and be prepared to respond to any future challenges in this uncertain and complex operation. I wish you and Wendy all the best, and I know you'll do a great job. As we part ways today, as I go on to retirement, I could not have scripted a better ending to my 40 years in the military. And know that my time spent here in the division was without a doubt the highlight of my career. I spent 8 of the last 9 years in the division headquarters, and I've had the pleasure to work for so many outstanding officers and NCOs. I thank all the soldiers of the division for your dedicated, loyal, and professional service to our country, and for the sacrifices you and your families make every day to defend freedom around the world. I say thank you all. You are all true great Americans, and I salute you all. And as we say in artillery, as you know, I'm an artillery officer. End of mission. Rainbow, never forget.
Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 42nd Infantry Division, Major General Thomas Spencer.
Thanks everyone for attending. So I'm going to take a lesson from Sergeant Major Garrison, guy there at the Sergeant Major 27. I'm going to follow his lead, and I'm going to thank my wife up front. So just like he did his changing responsibility a couple months ago. So to Wendy, who I'd like to thank for the last 33 years of extreme support to me and the family life, chosen this path in uniform. 5 deployments, 5 PCS moves while on active duty, various military jobs that includes 4 years as a brigade commander, the year prior to that being the Great Detachment brigade commander when the brigade was deployed. She's enabled our family to balance my civilian career, the military, and our family. She's always been there for our 3 daughters, Katie, Shelby, Bridget, and our son-in-law, Alex. So thanks for everything you do. To my daughters, thanks for being there. Really appreciate everything. She couldn't have done it without you. Thanks to the 42nd band back there. Let's give them all a hand. I'm a warm spot for Army bands and what they do. Their ability to get out and to advertise really what we do in the military, to touch the community the way they do. And then to do the job that they have to do, and their development, career progression, it's truly outstanding. And I'll tell you what, my hat goes off to every Army band member out there. So well done. To the soldiers, the FT brigades, commanders, and others, thank you for being here today. I know you represent the brigades, and I really look forward to the opportunity to work with each and every one of you as we prepare your division for any kind of future combat operations, large-scale combat operations against obviously our significant air competitors who are out there targeting us. So I look forward to the years ahead as we work together. To all the senior veterans and soldiers that work over here to help develop me, thanks, I really do appreciate it. And to the Northeast Tags, thanks for the opportunity to command. This is a result of not just me, but the mentors I've had and the development I've had over time, and I appreciate the opportunity because I am truly humbled to have this opportunity to command such a great division and with such a historic past. The 42nd Infantry Division is a result of America's, General Ferrari said, America's entry into World War I. At that time, Colonel Douglas MacArthur was working on the Army staff, building divisions of the later deployed Europe. He had the task to pick the units that were created the 42nd Division. The original division had soldiers from 26 states and the District of Columbia. 42nd Infantry Division held its first formation in September of 1917 at Camp Mills on Long Island. At that point, then, Colonel MacArthur stated, the 42nd Infantry Division stretches like a rainbow from one end of America to the other. By May 1919, the division had fought 6 major campaigns and lost half its soldiers. The original full rainbow patch was reduced to what we wear now, half a rainbow, to signify the sacrifice of those soldiers and others who paid the ultimate sacrifice. 42nd Infantry Division still represents the great units of the National Guard here in the Northeast. 44th Infantry Brigade from New Jersey, 27th Infantry Brigade of New York, 4th Combat Aviation Brigade of New York, 369 Sustainment Brigade of New York, 26th Medical of Massachusetts, the 86th Infantry Brigade of Vermont, and the 197th Fire Brigade of New Hampshire. Our soldiers are proud professionals who've been asked to do so much over the past 20 years, and even more this past year. 44th has just recently returned as well from deployment in the Middle East, covering both Yukon and CENTCOM area. Division headquarters, we just heard, obviously just returned from CENTCOM area. And we've had soldiers from every state working with corporate operations, and obviously going down to DC in early January. Yes, we're still deploying. The 86th out of Vermont is in the middle of the mobilization right now. We'll be deploying for the next year. And we have multiple other classes that affect most of those brigades that are standing in front of us. So, never in our history has the motto always ready, always there been more true than it is right now for the National Guard. The division headquarters is in the process of rebuilding our team, just like after most deployments. Our focus is to build our ability to conduct large-scale combat operations. We must be able to shape the team fight and trick the air-pair competitors we will face so that our BCTs will win at the close fight. So our major question to the TCGs, Chief of Staff, officers, NCOs, and soldiers of the 42nd, you have my commitment that our soldiers are the highest priority. We will deliver soldiers and units that are ready for the fight and prepared to win. We will lead with optimism, sensitivity, and we will be risk adaptive to what we have to do. We'll take responsible risks because we'll accept the 80 or 90% solution. We're not going to strive for perfection. We are going to get the mission done. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we will now recognize Major General Stephen Ferreri's lifetime of service in honor of his retirement as a key strategic and organizational leader within the United States Army. But first, we would like to recognize Mrs. Tracy Ferreri with a heartfelt appreciation for her many years of tireless support and selfless sacrifice. She is being given a spousal lapel pin and certificate of appreciation. Both will be presented by the Adjutant General, Major General Ray Shields. Would Mrs. Ferreri and Major General Ferreri please come forward? The certificate of appreciation reads, on the occasion of the retirement of her husband from the New York Army National Guard, Mrs. Tracy Ferreri has earned grateful appreciation for her own unselfish, faithful, and devoted service. Her unfailing support and understanding helped to make possible her husband's lasting contribution to the New York Army National Guard and the National Guard of the United States. Signed, Major General Ray Shields, the Adjutant General of New York. Mrs. Ferreri is also being awarded the New York State Conspicuous Service Medal for her commitment to the state of New York and as an Army spouse. Please rise. Attention to the orders. The Honorable Andrew M. Cuomo, Governor of New York State, has expressed the deep appreciation of a grateful state by awarding Tracy Ferreri the New York State Conspicuous Service Medal. To all who shall see these present greetings, the Governor, on behalf of our representatives in the legislature of the state, has this day conferred upon Tracy Ferreri the New York Army National Guard, the New York State Conspicuous Service Medal, ordered to be awarded to those who have rendered exceptionally meritorious service to the state. Signed, Andrew M. Cuomo, Governor and Commander-in-Chief of our military and naval forces at our city of Albany, this 23rd day of March in the 244th year of the independence of the United States. Please be seated. And now we'll recognize Major General Ferrari with his retirement honors and awards for over 40 years of service. His official discharge certificate and a 2-star note from the Adjutant General is first being presented by Major General Shields. In honor of his recognition for his lifetime service, and most significantly as his time as a commander of the 42nd Infantry Division, Major General Ferrari is being awarded the Order of St. Maurice Legionary Award. This award will be presented also by Major General Shields. The Order of St. Maurice recognizes individuals who contribute significantly to the infantry in ways that stand out in the eyes of the recipient seniors, subordinates, and peers. These individuals have also demonstrated the highest standards of integrity and moral courage, an outstanding degree of professionalism, competence, and have served the United States Army Infantry or the infantry community with distinction. Appearing before a most judicious and discriminating committee of tried and proven Army infantry and infantry patriots, be it known that Major General Stephen Ferrari was tested and found worthy of special recognition. Therefore, the Chief of the Infantry and the Chairman of the National Infantry Association induct him into the Honorable Order of St. Maurice for outstanding contributions to the infantry. Major General Ferrari will now be awarded both state and federal awards for his service at the time of his retirement. Please stand. Attention to orders. The Honorable Andrew M. Cuomo, Governor of New York State, has expressed the deep appreciation of a grateful state by awarding Major General Stephen Ferrari the New York State Conspicuous Service Medal. To all who shall see these presents reading, the Governor, on behalf of our representatives in the legislature of the state, has this day conferred upon Major General Stephen Ferrari, New York Army National Guard, the New York State Conspicuous Service Medal, ordered to be awarded to those who have rendered exceptionally meritorious service to the state. Signed, Andrew M. Cuomo, Governor and Commander-in-Chief of our military and naval forces at our city of Albany, this 7th day of April, in the 244th year of independence of the United States. And now, culminating a proud and extremely successful career, Major General Ferrari will be awarded the Army Distinguished Service Medal, recognizing his meritorious service while performing duties of great strategic responsibility. This award is intended to award those few select individuals who have risen to the highest levels of the Army profession. Attention to orders. The President of the United States of America, authorized by Act of Congress, July 9, 1918, has awarded the Distinguished Service Medal to Major General Stephen Ferrari, United States Army, for exceptionally meritorious service to the government in duties of great responsibility over a 40-year career, culminating as the commanding general of the 42nd Infantry Division. Major General Ferrari's leadership and strategic vision has not only enhanced the readiness of the New York Army National Guard, but the Army National Guard for years to come. His service as a key individual has made a long-lasting strategic impact on the 42nd Infantry Division and the Army National Guard Division's abilities to operate effectively in an ever-changing and multi-directional global environment. Major General Ferrari's distinct accomplishments are in keeping with the highest traditions of military service and reflect great credit upon him, the New York Army National Guard, and the United States Army. When officers are promoted to general officer rank, they are provided a flag or colors with the applicable number of stars to be displayed wherever that general officer is present. In front of you, you will notice that there is a 2-star flag present representing Major General Ferreri. Following publication of the retirement order, Major General Ferreri's colors will be furled and cased by a guidon bearer with the assistance of Division Command Sergeant Major Corey Bush. Once cased or retired, the colors will be handed to Major General Ferreri, signifying the culmination of his years of honorable service. However, it will also signify the Army's giving back of time and energy, which Major General Ferreri can use now to pursue his own endeavors without the expectation of continued selfless service. The furling of the flag also symbolizes Major General Ferreri's career. Major General Ferreri. Major General Ferreri enlisted into the New Jersey Army National Guard as a private on 14 January 1981. Let the bugle blow, let the march be played with the forming of troops for my last parade. Major General Ferreri was commissioned as a second lieutenant on 11 March 1982. The years of wars and the years of waiting, obedience to orders unhesitated. Promoted to first lieutenant on 10 March 1985. Years in the States and the years overseas, all woven in a web of memories. Promoted to captain on 7 March 1988. A lifetime of service passes in review, as many good friends and exotic places too. Promoted to major on 11 August 1994. And the waning sunlight begin to fade with the martial music of my last parade. Promoted to Lieutenant Colonel on 16 April 2001. My last salute to the service and base. Now someone else will take my place. Promoted to Colonel on 15 April 2006. To the sharp young soldiers marching away, I gladly pass the orders of the day. Promoted to Brigadier General on 29 May 2012. Though uncertain of what my future may hold, still, if needed, before I grow old. Promoted to Major General on 20 June 2017. I'll keep my saber sharp, my powder dry, lest I be recalled to duty by and by. So let the bugle blow, fire the evening gun, slowly lower the colors. my retirement has begun. Attention to orders. Office of the Adjutant General, Joint Forces Headquarters, New York. Major General Stephen Ferrari, New York Army National Guard, 42nd Infantry Division. You are separated from the Army National Guard and transferred to the United States Retired Reserve under the provisions of Title 10, United States Code 3352, effective 1 March 2021, under the authorization of Major General Ray Shields, the Adjutant General. Ladies and gentlemen, the 42nd Infantry Division Band will now play the Rainbow Division song in honor of all those who have served with the 42nd Infantry Division in peace and in war. Please join us in the singing of this song and remain standing for the benediction. Ladies and gentlemen, the Division Chaplain, Chaplain Ayers, will now deliver the benediction.
Please join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for your presence with us today. We give you thanks for the many years of service, sacrifice of Major General Ferrari and his wife Tracy. I pray that you would bless their future endeavors with success and prosperity. I pray now that you will be with Major General Spencer and his wife Wendy. Bestow upon them every grace and leadership needed for this journey that they will walk ahead. As we leave from this place, may your hand of continued protection be upon the Rainbow Division and all the great tasks that lie ahead. Strengthen us for service together and grant us safety along the journey. Amen.
Please remain standing for the playing of the Army song. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the ceremony. all guests are invited to attend a reception hosted by the command team here at the drill shed floor. As a reminder, please maintain social distancing and wear your mask at all times. Thank you for attending today's ceremony. Rainbow, never forget.